Alright, we're back with the Carbon and Chrome Part 3. I'm hoping I finish this bike off. Test ride it. Need some groceries anyways. I love test riding bikes up to the grocery store. We got a nice one about 3.5 miles away. It's got fast bike lanes on fast streets, no lights and stuff the whole way. It's pretty fun for cruising. I usually ride back all slow, eat a popsicle or something. It's like 98 degrees today, so I definitely would. We're going to finish this bike in the last couple episodes. We started out with this as a bare frame. It's an all chrome track bike frame. It's like a Kilo TT apparently. It's got a Reynolds 520 chromo butted stickers, kind of hot. It's got rack mounts, it's got a brake bridge if you want. No bottle bosses, because that's for sissies, but racks aren't apparently. I don't understand. I put in this sweet 1-inch threaded carbon fork that I got a couple of months ago. So I got the frame from Sunday Salvage Sales last Sunday. Got this fork like a month or two ago from Salvage Sales. So I paid 20 for the frame, 10 for the fork. Put in this nice old vintage Levin CD headset from Tongay. I don't remember where it came off. It came with some bike that I parted out, and it's in really good shape. It's black and silver I liked. Did the black and silver headset spacers, keep the theme going. Got a nice gloss black stem. Got a silver chromo Nitto fixie bar, so it's a little short riser bar for fixed gears. Got these black wheels at Sunday Salvage Sale the same day I got the frame. They're just hiding in the back. $10 a piece. The front needed a little bit of truing. We did that in the last video. For some reason, like every other spoke on one side was like really low and every other one was really high. Some amateurs probably trying to true it. So I got them all balanced, even spoke tension. They're round and true. They're nice. They're a lot nicer than I thought they were. They're so dirty. I had to scrub the crap out of them. I thought they'd be beat and unsavable. But they're nice. Had a nice set of Pan Racer Pasela, or these are the Messenger, T-Serve Messengers, in 728, and they fit just barely. They're nice and tight. It's nice to have it's nice to be able to fit more than a 23 on a bike, because that's ridiculous. A 28 is getting semi-reasonable. Pretty cool for still feeling fast. I got these track cranks at the salvage sale as well. I found the drive side one week and no one cared, so I saved it. And then 2 weeks later, the non-drive popped up. So who knows where that was sitting. They go through stuff weird there. So I got these track cranks for $5 or $10. Bottom brackets I used when I got from salvage sale or pulled out of a bike. Track cogs I used when I got from salvage sale. Lock rings I used when I got from salvage sale. These tires both came from salvage sale. I think I also did the same thing. I bought one, and then 3 or 4 weeks later, another one popped up. It's a different year. It's got a slightly different logo, but they're both like, brand new. They still have the line down the middle. Like someone probably put 10 or 15 miles on them and never rode their bike again and donated it. Got these sweet track pedals. I think these came from salvage sale last time, or they came in a box of stuff I bought, but they're vintage 80s Sakai. They have black cages. They have to kick in. They have a dumb reflector, but whatever. They came with toe clips. They're too short for me, but I can tolerate it for one ride. I found this random black seat post clamp. I got rid of all my stuff and only been collecting a few more since because I had too much stuff. I did grab a couple other ones to try, so we'll do that in this video. I have this old 80s Sakai seat post. I wasn't as into it. Maybe I'm into it with the pedals now. They match. It's not shiny, and all the silver's kind of shiny. I went and cleared out my storage unit, and I got this Ritchie. It's a little, kind of a lot scruffy. It's a nice, high-end Ritchie, probably made by Nitto, 270. Oh yes, Nitto right out, Nitto Japan, Ritchie, 270. Seat post. I'm thinking about putting it on. It's a little scruffy. The rest of the bike's pretty clean. It's all a little scruffy. I think I'm going to do it. It's real nice. It's real hot. With one clamp on brake lever. Easy to take on and off. I keep using all of my black grips. This is one set of black grips. I think this came on a bike I pulled off. They got some texture on them. So they're not like gloss. They're not black. Everything else I was like pink or blue or red. Maybe the red. Pop that sticker. I might come hold those up too. I got a nice gloss black Specialized. It's very body geometry. It's very modern and sleek and glossy and leather, and I think it'll look good and light and racy. It's pretty light. I have no idea if it's worth money or not. I doubt it. It's Specialized. It came on a zillion bikes. Designed in California. Ooh. 155 millimeters. Whatever. Or body geo. I don't know. It looks good. It looks good on this fixed gear. I'm going to hold those red grips up too. What are we thinking? Little red, little red, little red. God, this little part of me wants to do the red. I don't know. What do you think? Like, God, I'm kind of in. I think I have some new old stock red leather toe straps. Put those on too for just a little touch, a little touchy touch. And that'd probably get me to swap out these toe cages. They're medium Christophes. And I usually do like a double L. I don't know. Well, maybe we should do the stuff I do know first. And then we'll think about it some more. Optiones. I did find a couple more of these guys. I found a gloss black one and a polishy silver one. I think I like the gloss black. I don't know if these will fit. I'm going to try them real quick. We'll swap them the seat post and saddle. Going to set up the cable and housing and front brake. And put the grips on, and then we will test ride this bad boy and make a sales sheet and put up for sale on the old Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace and see if anyone bites. So eBay's been terrible. I don't know if I mentioned this before. It's been terrible all year. Last year I was doing like 1,300 a week in the summer, like during prime season, and like 3 to 5 in the winter. This year I've been doing like maybe 3 to 5 in the summer if I'm lucky. Usually like 3, and all last winter I did like $100 a week. It was like brutal. So I need to sell some other stuff and some other avenues too. So we sell some bikes on Craigslist. I got 3 or 4 wheel sets I was saving that are really nice in storage. I'm gonna pull them out and go through and clean up all my wheels and put them up for sale. So I got projects I want to do. I got the Navara out of storage. I got the 1960 Allegro out of storage. I want to get these bikes started, get them built before next spring, you know? Setting this bad boy on the ground. Finding ourselves a 3-way. I have 40 of them. And I can never find an 8. Alright, we don't need a 3-way. We got regular Allens too. Too big. Just right. Seriously. Got a Torx one. I got the small one. I got the socket ones. I know I have at least 3. The good ones down here. I know I have one on my bike, and I have one upstairs on the kitchen table. Ooh, little tiny 27. Make sure these guys are, of course, everyone's a different bolt head size. This gloss black one would be amazing. These guys are nice and loose. This one's just, it's a little glossy, but it's real. It's got a bunch of chips in it. Oh, way too big. Hey, alright, the silver one I think might fit. Do we want to go silver? No, I really don't. Really don't. Silver on silver on silver is not doing it for me. Go back to the scruffy black one. I'll take a Sharpie and touch up these scruff marks maybe. Possibly. Probably. Really gonna shoot this old seat tube full of grease. This is a very tall seat post. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is a 27.0. The other one was a 27. Wow. I mean, Nitto is known to fit tight, I believe. I think Thompson fits loose and Nitto fits tight. But that's, oh, that's tighter than I like. Ugh. Alright, it's one of those days. This 27 fits nice. Going to the minimum insert line. So we don't always get a win. This is good enough. I guess it's cool because it matches the pedals. Cool. Might as well do the seat over here. Cool if this head clamp was black. If I had one, I'd swap it out. Bro, stuff. To get down, look at that angle. It's angled a little down, that sucks. People think you're crazy. You tell them how to actually adjust a seat. It needs to be angled up a little bit. The back's high, front side, the middle's low. You don't want to be constantly sliding forward on your saddle and putting all your weight on your wrists. You want it up. You don't want to be sitting with all your soft spots on the middle. You want it up so your body actually slides back and sits here. Most people have their seat post 2 inches too high and the saddle nose way down because they're way too high, so they're sliding forward under the nose. We're not doing that. We're going to set it up correctly. Then it looks bad in pictures and everyone thinks it's crazy and everyone tells you wrong and everyone wants it wrong. There's not a lot you can do about it. What is grease everywhere? These rags are repelling the grease instead of grabbing it, smearing it around. Okay, get out of here, get out of here. Okay, break. I got this single lone gloss black Tektro. I almost kind of think silver Tektro would be better, but this one is gloss black. It's got brand new pads already on it. I've got it at salvage sale, so it cost me like $1 or $2. It's plenty long. The pads will come way up. I don't think it's gonna rub the tire. But I do need to get a little spacer and a little bolt for the back. Okay, I got the Tektro. Got a little Tektro spacery jammer. And I grabbed 3 different lengths of bolts, so I have no idea which one it's going to be. I'm going to say it looks pretty good. Maybe the shorter of the 3. Well, that is the weirdest thing. I lost this guy somehow. I don't know how. That is wild. It's a glitch in the matrix thing. Spacer. It's on, it's on, it's on. Everything's on, and it's on. Okay. Oh, I really want a 3-way. Sick. Found a 3-way. Squeeze this in, see if we can get these brake pads up and adjusted roughly to where they go. These grips are slightly longer than these black ones. Probably gonna go with the black ones. Because these bars are super short because they're fixie bars. Not really made for a brake. Brake has to be pretty much as far down as I can get it without being totally sick. This is gonna be a weird bend coming out of the brake, but whatever. I know right's usually the rear brake and left's usually the front. I, especially on fixed gears, really like having my right be the front brake because I like to arm signal. And I like to be able to slow down while I'm signaling for turns and stuff. So it is the way I've always done fixies with single brakes. Ooh, this is good and good. I'm assuming I'm just going to use a black brake housing because it's a very black and silver theme. Unless I have a little short piece of silver, that might be hot, so I'm going to go dig for that again. Alright, I got a little piece of silver and I got a little piece of black. Let's see what we think. The silver is instantly fun. It's a little too long. Kind of stands out in a weird way. I think I instantly like this black better. Instantly. Instantly. This has like a pre-ferruled end on it. This is a cut-off piece from some other project. That's cool. We can leave that on. Cool. Alright. It already has the pre-black end. I got another black end. It's going into silver barrel adjusters. I got a brand new stainless cable. It definitely came from the salvage sales. This extra cable came from salvage sales. This is dark blue, not black, I think. So I got a black tip, but this is dark blue. I'm going to go grab a black one. So I got all these colored tips, and I think I've ordered some from eBay, but most of them I've got from Temu. Temu is very cheap for little bags of multicolored tips, and it's a lot of fun, and it's worth the $1 or $2. It's cheaper than you'd buy at a bike store for fun colors. And I already took this bro, and I lost it already. I went and ground this dude flat, and I'm making sure it's nice and open. And I have to find a new ferrule because I just lost it somewhere. It's alright, we're looking for black, 5mm, and we have one. Sick! I save all my ferrules that come across in my travels. I've gotten little bags and partial bags from salvage sales and garage sales and bought big lots and giant boxes of people's cast-off parts and had bags and random ferrules and things, just save them. Day is handy, bro. Handy. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Perfect. I did have some black cable, but you're not going to be able to see more than like an inch of it. And we're going to have to do black tips and little silver accents over the brakes, little silver accents everywhere. We can just go with a standard stainless. Standard and stainless. I'm just lining up all the slots. I want to make a Vegas joke. But usually I make a different kind of joke. In, boy. I like to turn the barrel adjusters. We don't want them all the way in. We want them out just a little bit, so there's a little room for play. In case we make this cable way too tight, which I usually do. A little bit to loosen it up if it's way too tight, and a lot to tighten it up as the pads wear down. Beauty. It's a little too tight. That's cool. Pads aren't adjusted very well, and I can hold the brake in and adjust the pads. I'll probably take a little slack there, probably a little too towed in. You can always turn the barrel adjuster a little bit and take up the rest of that slack. Sick. Let's do the old final adjust these pads. Look them in the light. Want to make sure they're a little tiny line of silver showing on the top. Make sure they're not hanging down on the bottom of the rim at all. Well, they actually come down a couple mils. As road calipers wear, they swing in further, so your pads, as they wear out, are going to hit higher and higher and higher on the rim. So they can actually, the bottom of the pad can be pretty lined up on the bottom of the rim, the bottom of the flat machine surface on the rim. The silver in this case, since these rims were black and then machined. So we come down quite a bit. Everyone says you have to toe stuff in. I don't believe it at all. I mean, at all. I set everything up as flat as I can. And then if it squeals, I'll loosen it and wiggle it. Sometimes loosening it and retightening it will make the squeal go away. Sometimes a little toe in makes it go away. Sometimes a little toe out makes it go away. It needs what it needs, not what some oversimplified solution is. That somebody said somewhere on the internet, or some guy been working at a bike shop for not very long trained you while you were working at a bike shop for not very long. Nice. They do not hang over on the bottom. This one almost looks like it's almost there, but it's not too low. And I like the lever and the bar to be able to be about parallel when it's pulled tight. It's still a little tight. You don't want the lever to be so loose that it can come back and touch your grip. But you don't want it so tight that you can't actually get any leverage. Then just use all hand strength. Yeah, now we're talking. Get that cable traveling, that built-in mechanical advantage. Getting you to a leveragey point where then your force actually works. Making sure this bad boy is tight. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Down there. Three-way where it actually goes. A cable cutters. Nice sharp cutters. All this wasted good extra cable. Right into the recycling. Bye-bye. My sick little cable end. My sick big pliers. Sometimes I use a little Park needle nose pliers for this too. They have like a little setting on the inside to scrimp them. But really this is my standard go-to. Crunchies. One squeeze, not two. One hard squeeze on and doesn't come off. Come on the side and do another one. Just loosen it up and it falls off again. Whew, where are we at? We're grips. I think the red might be ridiculous. The red's ridiculous. We're going with these weird black ones because they're the only black ones I got. Sticky and hard, so there's a bunch of tricks on the internet about putting grips on. Bike shops use compressed air, so they'll stick them on there with the air nozzle over, so a whole cushion of air blows throughout the grip and around the bar. You can kind of slide them on. That works great if you have an air compressor and a little blower tip. I've seen a lot of videos on the internet where guys use zip ties. They stick zip ties in here and use these to slide on over the zip ties, and you pull the zip ties out one at a time. Cool. I use rubbing alcohol. I use it, I love it. It's 99 cents for this giant thing. I've been using this one for 2 years and I haven't even used a third of it. I just do the tiniest little mist. Tiniest little mist. Spread these around a little bit. Evaporates real fast. And a little mist of alcohol should let it slide on pretty easy. But if it's too easy, it'll slide it off again. Try again. I want to go on kind of hard. If you want it to dry, it needs to be pretty tough. It's still moving pretty easy, it is not dry enough. We might just go with that and see. It should hopefully dry in place in a minute. If it doesn't, it's still loose moving, take it off and try again, or some grips just loose and only stick in the bar. If that is true, I will take a little roll of electrical tape and I will pretend like I'm wrapping the handlebar with electrical tape. I'll usually do 2 overlapping rolls and then do the rubbing alcohol thing again. Just make it a little stickier. The tape will stick to the steel. The rubber will stick to the tape. It works pretty good. Usually. Yeah, you know what? It's still pretty moving. It's still pretty moving. I say we do it. Spray this old, mostly clean paper towel, make sure there's no grease on here. Let's tape it, baby. I don't want to come so far out that the electrical tape will stick out and you'll see it. It's a little trickier on the brake lever. This brake lever just clamps on, it's really easy to take off. This is frustrating. You loose it up and slide it away and out of the way. You know, a little bit of mess ups is okay, probably just gives it a little bit more texture. I wrapped all the way down, now I'm wrapping all the way back. Yeah, one of those days. Just gonna barely missed it, barely. And we'll see what it does. Oh yeah, that's real hard. Ugh. It's real hard. I'm almost considering pulling it off. Get a little more alcohol. It's kind of going. It's kind of going. Squeezing it from the back up, and then squeezing it from the top up. The back is like super loose still. We'll give it a minute, we'll see if it'll dry. If not, we'll pull it off and do it again. Not the end of the world. Same thing over on this side, about to here. Rather have it be a little too short, not have the tape stick out, than a little too long. As you can see, it's a lot easier without the got the lever and stuff in the way. Just barely any. Evaporate quick. Oh, that is too tight. Maybe a little more. Wow, that is so tight for reasons. Also, the grips can twist. I'm trying to keep the lines, the casting lines, the logos straight up. Nice. More of a flat black than a gloss black. Dirty hands rubbing them. But check this thing out. I think it's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. It's basically time for a test ride. So maybe I'll do that. Now I'm just gonna put shoes on. Oh. But before we do that, we're doing our double checks. Tight. Making sure the saddle is straight and tight and the right height. Which I didn't even bother to look. Probably isn't. Probably have to adjust it. I don't remember my saddle height. I always think I do. But I'm always wrong. 72.5, I think. And this is like 76. None of my other bikes are down here to measure. Lol. This seems really high. Alright, I straightened the stem and double checked all the bolts were tight. Everything feels great. Just took it for a test ride. It felt amazing. Not one noise. It was whisper quiet. Everything felt like it should. It's fast and twitchy. Brake stops great, doesn't squeal. Chain doesn't make any noise. Things I didn't like. The seat's definitely a little too low. This crank's 165. These are like 172s or 175. So seat could really come up a centimeter for me for sure. I'm gonna double check this non-drive crank bolt. Come on, baby. What's happening? There we go. That one likes to come loose sometimes. One little check. These toe cages are too short for me. It was fine for the test ride, but if I was going to actually ride this bike for myself, I'd have to put a longer toe cage on, or probably I'd put BMX pedals on and a strap. So far, so good. The saddle is still definitely crooked, but it was also magic and weird. Like, this is the most comfortable saddle I've ever hopped on. It like fit my body right, and I sat on it and just ride like, oh god, this is so much better than every other saddle I ride. I don't know if that'd be true for a long ride. I'm going to put the seat up. I'm going to mess with it. I think maybe it's the cradle that's sitting a little crooked. I'm not sure. Find out. But I hope the seat post works, because the other 27.0 I have doesn't. I do have that third option, that really hot old gloss black mount one, but I have it up on eBay. No one seems to care, so maybe I should use it. But it seems like it's too hot. Should be saved for something with all the right things. That looks like it's sitting on there even. I swear the whole saddle rail clamp looked like it was on crooked, had a big gap under it. Just sitting up like that. I don't know. Something's not right. Should just Google it and see what size it's supposed to be from the factory. Maybe this 27.0 just fits small. Maybe it's supposed to be 26.8 from the factory. I have a lot of seat posts for 26.8. That Richie really felt way too big. I'm going to have to decide if I actually want to ride it to the grocery store or not, because that would require different toe cages, raising the seat, or if we should put it up for sale. I think we should put it up for sale. I don't care. It's fast and twitchy. I'd rather ride my Terry 650B conversion. It's more fun. It's 100 degrees out. I might just order a pizza. Go to the grocery store earlier tomorrow. Really? It's quiet. It's nice. It felt fast. I never stood on the pedal because of old man knees and the clips being too... I still picked up speed. I could do little skip stops. The geared a little harder than I want. It's like 46.19 or something, or 46.18. Whatever I put on it. If it was for me, 46.19. If it was for me, it might go 46.20. That is huge. The kids like the hard gears. They'll try and blow their knees out. Yeah, this is hot, man. This is hot. Let's do a lesson in home anodizing. This is, I think, unscrupulous to do to really expensive parts. You're trying to sell on the internet, which are telling pictures, but on a customer's bike, just to make a bike look a little bit nicer, rubbing alcohol on this off. Probably wait a second. I'm going to take Sharpie and just hit these little scratches and just make them subtle and disappear. This is great for rim scratches. It's not the super subtlest, depends on how glossy the gloss on the black is. But it sure does make scratches on black surfaces disappear. So that's it, home anodizing kit. Just away with the visible silver underneath the black finish. Looks nicer. Out of distance. So I think that's it, unless I do decide to go crazy and change a bunch of stuff. For this build, I'm going to look at the serial number on the bottom bracket. I'm going to make a little sheet like I always do. And I'll put the size of the frame and the top tube length and say some cool stuff about it, like, you know, built from scratch from spare parts and overhauled the hubs and overhauled the headset, and new cable and housing, new brake pads, new cool Nitto bars, the 259s. Like, say the stuff that's both cool and a selling feature. Real track cranks, 165, 1/8 inch, 46 tooth, track cogs, Surly track cog, like cool. Almost new tires. I'm gonna look at that a little bit more too. Then I'm gonna list it on the internets and hope someone comes and buys it this week, because I'm poor. I got a whole month. It's only the 4th. I got a whole month to come up with a very inexpensive rent, relatively. But while the bike's down, I'm gonna finish touching up all the stuff I couldn't see or reach in the stand. Look at this saddle some more. This saddle or this post is definitely bent. It kind of looks like the clamp. I'm gonna have to switch this saddle out and see. When in doubt, swap stuff out and see what's happening. Like, your cranks are clicking, swap your pedals out first. See if that click changes or go away. Tighten up your chainring bolts. Do everything, because probably a loose bottom bracket, but you never know. Sometimes it's just a bad pedal bearing. Flat surface. It's touching in the front and the back like normal, and sits flat. I don't think it's a saddle. Scheisse. What's going on with you, little post? You bent? Are you bent? You sure do look bent. Alright, it's been a minute. I'm going to go do all my stuff for the day. Come back. I Googled it, and the specs, for at least for the modern 2024 version of these Kilo TTs up, it does say they are supposed to take a 26.8 from the factory. That's one of the things I've never liked about these seat post tools which we used, is they really only measure the top ½ inch of a post. And that's where the slot is, and that's where things are always mangled. So it felt like it was pressing too tight. I got it to stuff down one size past where it's supposed to be, from 26.8 to 27.0. It's only 0.2 of a millimeter. It's easy to bend a little piece of metal like that. So this thing lied to me. And I just happen to have this 27.0 seat post, which fits real loose. Machining tolerances change as tools get dull. Different companies' measuring tools change as tools get dull or wear out or whatever. Like, the very first post off the run out of the forge and out of the machine shop, it could measure 27.1, and this very last post could be, 26.99. Like, it's not hard. But I am excited. I do have this Forte seat post that I definitely got from Sunday Salvage Sales. It is gloss black. It's an old Forte from the 90s, which I think is what is a Performance or a Forte carbon fork from the 90s. I think I'm going to be stoked with the gloss black to match the gloss black stem. It does have a silver bolt and head. That might be good enough. I might look again one more time, but I kind of want to go with this black saddle still. And I need that contrast, I need that silver on silver. But also, this saddle really was insanely comfortable and fit my body really well. And maybe I should put something else on and save this for riding some more and playing with later on a different bike, Okay, I dug down to the very dregs at the bottom of my bag of saddles. And I have just another generic black, more of a flat black top, kind of matches the grips, gloss black rails, some brand new takeoff conditions, a little moderny. It's a good choice. I do have a probably 10-year-old or 15-year-old Soma Tabot, made after the old turbo saddles. Tabot's kind of hot, man. It's kind of hot considering it. And I have a chrome all-city saddle, so it's got the chrome rails, which I like. The black top, white all-city logo. It's a little tracky. These things aren't really worth anything. I've had several of them. I put them up for sale. People don't want to even give you $15 for them. I think they came in all cities. People take them off right away to put fancier saddles on. I really like the Tabot, but I think I want to save it for something different. Just keeping this bike for me or building it more for me. I did try some other junk saddle just as a double check to make sure it's the clamp that's tweaked and not the saddle. It's definitely the clamp. This head is stamped incorrectly from the factory. The stamping is too tight or too wrong. Or maybe the original head got destroyed. They pulled this off some other seat post, think it would work. I don't know. The seat post is going to recycling. It's got issues. Ugh, is the old city cooler? I think this modern is the way to go. Way to go. There's dirt on this rim. I missed. This rim simply has never seen a break. Part of me wants to just take a Sharpie, like we touched up that, and just touch up this whole brake track. That'd be too funny. Maybe. For the 500th time, we're effing with this clamp. I want to like you, Sakai seat post, but you're undersized, the clamp's warped, and I can't trust you. You gotta go to recycling, I'm sorry. Sorry. Alright, let's fit, baby. Oh, see, it fits so loose. What are you gonna do? Oh yeah. Looks pretty good. I like the Forte logos, kind of a silvery white. I like the logos, I like the silver, I like the chrome. This is pretty good. This is pretty good. This is pretty cool. Come over and loosen this just a tad. Knock this straight. Tighten the crap out of this bolt. This one's still gross down here. This one's a little gross too. I'm still debating it. Still debating it, man. It's probably fine. It's probably fine, and if anyone hates those grips, they're gonna go change them right away. They can go buy some cool Oris or ESIs or whatevs. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think of this bike now with the gloss black stem and seat post and little black and silver accessorizing? Sick nitto bars. I wish the nitto bars were high polish. I had some just like generic aluminum high polish bars and I thought about it, but the nitto bars make it sexier. It's more tracky. I like it. I mean, the seat's way too high, but I like it. I'm going to put it back to, I'm going to say like 73.5. Where are we at? We're at 78, so 73. It's going to be like here. With the top about where that rail is. Let's mess with this bolt one more time. I'm just going to go outside and take some pictures of it and put it up for sale and cross my fingers that someone is going to be into this sick mammer jammer. It's pretty sick. I like that seat post. I'm real happy about it. So much black. Kind of wish the cranks were black. Oh, but I sold all my black cranks. And these ones are cool. It's cool. It's real cool. So, thanks for watching.